In the Solar Kingdoms, the Merlin trials are replaced by the Night of the Lake, which is 4 different events. And in today's video, we're going to be discussing one of them in particular, the Witch's Cauldron. Let's go and have a look at how exactly it works and how you can maximize out on the items that you want in particular. Hey guys, Mountain here, bringing you another Learning Corner video. And in today's video, we're concentrating specifically on the Witch's Cauldron mini event sort of thing in the Solar Kingdoms. This is also the beginning of my KOA Ultimate Document and Guide for Solar Kingdoms. So if you are interested in that sort of thing, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the bell notification icon, so that you can know whenever I update the document or add to it or do things like this and teach you guys how to do things in Solar. Right, so we're going to actually go and have a look, first of all, at what this actually is. So if you click on the little boat, where normally in the Lunar Kingdoms you have your Merlin Trials, here you'll see Night of the Lake, and we've got Path of Legend, Witch's Cauldron, Forest Hunt, and Kingdom Bounty. Now, I'm going to be discussing each of these in different videos, but today specifically, we're going to look at Witch's Cauldron. So let's go and have a look there. And when you log in, whenever you come into Witch's Cauldron, whatever materials you manage to gather automatically, it will come up to confirm and show you what you got. So there you just click confirm. And these are, well, this is the user interface, okay? At the top, it shows you how many of each item you currently have available. If you click the plus button, it will tell you to go here, and it shows you how frequently you actually obtain these. Now, it is automatic. You don't have to really do anything. It just automatically obtains these items for you. And if you do the other events in the Night of the Lake, you'll increase your reputation points, in which the case these two here will open up, allowing you to have more resources. So if you click on that, you can select whichever one you want to receive, and it'll give you an extra one over the same period of time. And if you click on that, same thing. Now we're going to go back and have a look here. So this is the interface, and what we're looking at is these are the 4 items you can obtain: a chest, a set of fragments, meteorite ore, or you can obtain steel. And like with anything else in Solar equipment and that, you've got your different levels of rarity. Rarity 1, Rarity 2, Rarity 3, and Rarity 4. Up to Rarity 6 is the highest currently available in Solar Kingdoms. And you can select whichever rarity it is that you are looking for. So if we go to R3, for example, we can see this is the Warmonger set. If we go to R4, this is the Death Seeker set. Right, so each time it goes up, you get better equipment to actually equip onto your Lord. Now, the way this works is you've got to put a combination of material, anything from 1 to 9 on each one of those, and it will then give you a percentage-based outcome according to what you've actually put in. Now, the more you put in, or the different combinations that you try, the combos and the percentages will change depending on what you're putting in. So how do you actually work out what is going to be the best thing to utilize? Well, you don't have to. I've done that for you, and I'm going to show you that now. But first thing, I just want to show you how it actually works quickly. So we're just going to go down to 111. So basically, you put in your combination, you click throw, and it comes out with an item. In this case, we got steel. Now, if we have a look here, we did have a 52% chance of getting steel, 26% chance of getting ore, 18% chance of getting fragments, and 3% chance of getting a chest. So it makes sense that the steel is actually what we got. But there's technically, because there's 999, there's actually 729 different possible combinations of what material you can put in.
Breaking news.
These are our top Patreon supporters.
The top. This.
Red,
Red.
We Free Men,
Female.
and Richard A.
Richard A.
Thank you for supporting
Thank you.
Mountain.
Okay.
Love you guys lots. Mwah.
Mwah.
Blow a kiss. Mwah, like that.
Mwah.
Bye.
Bye.
Now, if we go over here, this is the first part of the KOA Solar document that I've created. And I've actually gone and populated and created all 729 different possible combinations, as well as the percentages associated to each of those combinations and a whole bunch of other math things in between. Then from there, I actually went and created formulas and that sort of thing that's going to automatically look up in the row how what your odds are of getting chests of fragments of ore of steel, depending on the combination you put in. And then that all leads to this page over here. Here at the moment, it's over 21,000 cells of information that I've put in. And there's more to go, which I'll explain to you at the end. But yeah, so this here is 21,000 cells of the basic information. And this page over here, this is the page you will see if you download the document. It shows you how to utilize it. So we're going to actually just change this all to 0 quickly, because when you're utilizing it, it will all be on 0 anyway. So first things first, you're going to come to the document and you're going to input the amounts available. Now, if we go back here and have a look, we've got 98, 48, 34. I'm going to put in here 98, 38, and was it 4, I think? I thought it was 34. 48 and 34. Right, so I put in the amounts that I've got. Then over here, step 2 is I select which one am I looking for. Am I looking for chests more, or fragments more, or meteorite, or steel more? You can only select one. Please note, you can only, it says here which one in bigger letters. So let's say, for example, I'm looking for chests. It will then automatically go to this page here, and it will go along the this line here, which is the chest odds, and it will come back to you telling you which is the best combination to utilize with that material to get chests. So here it tells you best combo for chests is 211. It will also then tell me how many spins I'm going to get according to how much I've got here and utilizing that combination. And it takes the averages according to KOA, and it tells you on average, out of spinning 34 times, utilizing 211 as the combo, I should get 1 chest, 6 sets of fragments, 13 sets of meteorite, and 13 sets of steel. Now, if I change this, for example, or before I do that, if I change from chests to fragments, the combo is also 211, so it shows me the same thing here. But if I change, for example, to meteorite ore, you'll see now all of a sudden my meteorites goes up to 15. It's 1 chest, 6 frags, 15 meteorite, and 10 steel by utilizing the combo 311. The best combo for steel, 111. Okay, so if I go and switch this over and I say steel, you'll see now 34 times, because the innocence tail is 34 of them, and it gives me 1, 6, 9, 18. So this all works out automatically for you. You won't see this page at all on the document. It's hidden so it doesn't get in the way. You're just going to come here and you're going to input your values here. Now, if somebody turns around to you, let's use that same combo, for example, we're going to say chests, okay? Somebody says to you, yes, but this combo of 211 is actually not as good as another. I've had a couple of people message me and say the combo they use from experience is this one, or the combo they use for experience is this one. One of them being, for example, 639. You can actually come to this section here and you can go 639, and it's going to compare utilizing the same amount of material. It's going to then search for this combo on the other page. It's going to tell you how many times you get to spin, and it's going to show you in terms of chests, for example. I've got 34 spins here with a lower odds of 3%. But because I'm spinning 34 times, that 3% becomes 3 times 34 technically. Here, on the other hand, I'm going to be spinning 3 times altogether. So this 5% only becomes 15%. So I actually get, if I do it this way and I spin 3 times, I'll get 0 chests, 0 frags, 1 meteorite, 1 steel. Now it is rounded off, so you've got 1 extra that's going to go somewhere, and odds are that's going to end up going to steel. So this is just going to average out to what you should on average be receiving. Okay, so you can compare somebody else's combination or something else you want to try, for example. So again, 211. Let's test 111. And let's have a look. So if I go 111, I'm also getting 34 spins. Here I've got a 3.05% chance of getting a chest versus 3%. I'm still going to get 1 chest on average. I'm still going to get 6 fragments on average. But I'm going to get 8 meteorite on average versus 13. And I'm going to get 17 steel on average versus 13. So you can compare, you can input the numbers here of whatever you want to test against and see which one is actually going to give you the better odds if you want to test out another combination. But in theory, this should be perfectly fine and settled for you. Let me just show you also, when you got a full set of 500, irrespective of what item you're looking for, your best combination is 1, 1, 1. Simple as that. Simply because you get to spend 500 times. So again, if I take 639, for example, I get to spend 55 times at 5% average, which means I should get on average 2 chests. On this side, I'm getting 3%, but I'm getting 500 spins. Almost 10 times the amount of spins. So I'm getting on average 15 chests. 12 frags versus 90 frags. 19 meteorite versus 132. 19 steel versus 263. Right, so that's the Witch's Cauldron document for you. Basically, the best combination, if you're at 500, 500, 500, is going to be 1, 1, 1. But if you are at any other value, it does vary according to what you've got. Let's just say 52, 24, and 12. And it will automatically tell you what is the best combination to utilize for chests, for fragments, for meteorite, or for steel. And it will, if you select it here, it will give you the odds of what you're going to actually get out of it at the end of the day. So all of this information, you don't have to worry about. It's already done for you there. Now, the reason why this video is part 1 is because there are 2 more factors that have to be taken into account. Now, this, as I said, is already 20,000 cell entries. The next 2 sets of information that I got to add is over 20,000 cells of additional data that I got to put in, which is going to take me time, but I wanted to get this to you guys as soon as possible. The first thing is this at the bottom here. You'll see it says 12 to 24 or. Now, if I go and increase this, for example, it's now 29 to 55. If I increase this, it becomes 62 to 116. So if I hit this 991 once, but I hit this one over here, 111, 10 times, it's still going to give me more at the end of the day on the 991. But for every single one of these 729 possible combinations, I have a new minimum and a new maximum that I've got to input into the data cells. Then what I will do is from there, I will populate an additional set of lines over here, which will then, instead of looking up the number of chests, for example, that you're going to get, or this number of times you're going to hit meteorite, for example, it's going to tell you, according to the average between minimum and maximum, which is going to be your best bet in terms of how much meteorite you get out of it. So that is something that I'm going to be adding onto this. But as I say, it's additional 21,000 rows of just data before I even do the maths. So that's going to take me some time to do, and I wanted to get this to you in the meantime. The other reason why this is part 1 is because with anything regarding averages and that, you need to have a data subset. A set of information and trials where you've tested it out to see if the averages are in fact accurate or not. So if I go to this tab over here, again, you won't see this tab. This is just for me in testing. I've got 10 sets of tests ready to go. I've already tested 3 times. And I've got space over here where I can record 10 sets of 500 spins sort of thing. And then what I've got at the bottom over here is per test, what am I getting out? So in regards to the first test, for example, we did 151 spins. We had a 3% chance of getting chest, and we got 0 chests out of 151 spins. Technically, we should have got 4 chests on this one, and we got 0. So this red markers here and the green markers, what they're actually doing is they're showing the results in terms of the delta variance. When it comes to averages, you've got an acceptable amount of leeway between the low and the high of the average. And one of the ways to work it out is the delta variant. It's the way I prefer to do it. Simply put, we've got 4 different variables. We've got chest, fragments, ore, and steel. So you take those 4 variables and let's call them A, B, C, and D. And what you do is you go square root the sum of 1 over A plus 1 over B plus 1 over C plus 1 over D and multiply that by A times D over B times C. That's going to give you a delta variant. You divide your original value by the delta variant, and it's going to give you your variant amount. So in this case, our delta variant was 2.2262. So our variance percentage on chests is 1.35. That means our low is 1.65, our acceptable low is 1.65, and our acceptable high is 4.35. So anything between those two values is an acceptable amount for your average set of spins on average of 3%. We got 0%, so that's why it's highlighted red. If I change this, for example, here to say 4, you'll see all of a sudden it goes green because it's within the parameters. Okay, so this is all pre-calculated. It's all set up. All 10 tests are ready to go. Then this square at the bottom over here calculates overall. As I'm going along and adding more tests, it will automatically calculate. So far, I've done 479 tests, and everything is within range except for chests. Chests, once again, I should have had a 3% odds of getting it with a variance low, with the odds low of 1.65%, and I'm getting chests at 0.63. Now, the reason why these are possibly red is because, again, you need a very big data subset. For something like this, I would estimate at least 10,000 tests to actually give you a rough idea of the direction you're going towards. 40,000 tests would be a lot more accurate. But doing that is going to take forever. It's going to take a hell of a lot of time. So I'm doing it as fast as I possibly can. And this is where your help might be able to come in handy. If you are in the Solar Kingdoms and you are able to assist me, please send me a message on Discord or drop a comment down below in the comment section, and we'll have a chat, and I can send this document to you. Or what you can do is you can record your spins and send me the video, and I will capture it myself manually, and we can try and get as much of this data in as possible to see if the odds that KOA is telling us are in fact correct. You can see on test 3, for example, my fragments and my chests were outside of acceptable variance. Then over here at the bottom, I've got all 10 tests set up with information automatically populating. And for those of you who don't like the math or the number side of it, there's also a graph section that automatically calculates and shows you blue lines being what was expected or planned, orange lines being what we received. So for example, if I come over here, which is the column for fragments, and I increase this to 500, you'll see automatically the graphs all change because every single one of them has now had a different variance input. And if I take that away, it goes back to what it looked like. So it's taken me quite a while. It's taken me, I would say, 50, 60 hours to get all this information together for you guys. It's going to take me a while longer to get the other subset of data in here as well, being the minimum, maximum amounts. But in the meantime, this is going to be your best bet. 111 at full 500, 500, 500. Otherwise, put your amounts in, tell it what you're wanting to get out, and it will tell you what the best combination currently is. You can get this document, well, as I say, a form of this document. Yours will look slightly different to this one because, again, you won't have this sheet and you won't have this sheet on your document. You'll just have this one. But the links to this is down in the description. It's the same link for the Lunar Kingdoms KOA. So please, when you follow the link, you'll see there's 2 documents there. One is titled the KOA Ultimate Document and Guide, and one is titled with Solar in the title. This is the Solar one. Okay, and as I add to that document, it will automatically be in the same link. All you got to do is click the button, follow the link, and you'll be able to get that document. Right, guys, that's going to be it for this video. I know it's a bit long, but I had, as you can see, a lot to cover. If you want to help me out with your data testing in terms of spins and recording the spins, please send me a message and I'll either send you the document or you can send me the videos and I'll capture it myself and that sort of thing. All right, guys, that's going to be it for this video. I will catch you on the next one. Until then, be good, be well, and be safe. Bye.